What if you suddenly had no money today, no resources, and no connections? What would you do to become rich? Going from poverty to wealth is definitely not easy, but it is 100% possible. And when you look at the people who actually made it, you realize they all follow a very similar pattern. All you need to do is follow that pattern. Today, we're going to show the roadmap that anyone can follow to go from poor to rich, based on real stories from people who made it happen. Step 1. Escape survival mode. But what does that really mean? Let's look at the example of David Goggins. He was born into poverty with a serious learning disability. His abusive father terrorized him, and he was often a victim of racial discrimination. For him, every day was a fight just to survive, to eat, and to stay safe. If you spend all your time worrying about questions like, how am I going to pay the rent? Where will my next meal come from? How do I avoid getting hurt? Then you are in survival mode. Everything you do is reactive, responding to the next crisis life throws at you. That means you have no mental energy left to plan, dream, or actually build wealth. Goggins decided to shift from a reactive mindset to a proactive one. For him, that meant facing childhood trauma, taking control of his physical health, building mental discipline, and seeing challenges as opportunities rather than threats. Today, he's known as one of the toughest men on the planet. Escaping survival mode isn't just about money. It's about making sure your mind isn't constantly stuck in fight or flight so you can focus on the bigger picture. For you, that might mean moving to a new city, quitting bad habits, or simply adopting a new mindset. Once you do that, you finally create the mental space needed to truly change your life. Step 2. Take responsibility for everything. At this stage, many people fall into a dangerous trap. Victim mode. Take J.K. Rowling as an example. At her lowest point, she was a single mother living on welfare, struggling with depression, and barely surviving. That's when everything changed. She stopped waiting for someone to recognize her potential and decided to take control of her own life by writing the book she had always dreamed of. With no office, she wrote in cafes while her daughter napped. With no connections, she sent her manuscript to dozens of publishers. She had no money, but she had a story and knew it was her responsibility to bring it to life. That's what responsibility looks like in practice. You stop reacting to the world and start creating. You shift from passive to active, from waiting to building. Step 3. Define exactly what you want. Silvio Santos didn't just dream about success. He visualized a media empire with surgical precision, planning what his companies would represent, who they would serve, and how they would change the entertainment landscape in Brazil. Most people fail here because they say vague things like, I want to be successful, or I want financial freedom. That's not a vision, that's a wish. Real vision has edges. It has details. Clarity forces your brain to start solving the puzzle of how to get there. Step 4. Learn a valuable skill. Flavio Augusto da Silva used every sales call as training to master persuasion and customer understanding. Passion alone is not enough. Saying, I want to be rich is fantasy. Saying, I will master high-value skills that solve real problems is strategy. Ask yourself, which skills will turn my vision into reality? Programming, sales, copywriting, choose one, go all in, master it, and you'll never fear poverty again. Step 5. Start saving and managing money. Shaquille O'Neal spent his early NBA paychecks on cars, jewelry, and gifts until he realized he had almost nothing left. That wake-up call pushed him to learn financial discipline and build systems to protect himself from impulsive decisions. Wealth that lasts comes from discipline, not just talent. Saving money isn't about willpower. It's about systems. Step 6. Escape the trap of trading time for money. Warren Buffett understood this principle as a teenager. While others worked hourly jobs, he installed pinball machines that made money while he was in school. That lesson shaped everything that came after. Your time is limited. You can work more hours or get paid more per hour, but if your income depends only on your time, there will always be a ceiling. Wealth comes from building scalable systems where money and assets work for you. Step 7. Invest in assets. Robert Kiyosaki understood that cash is just a temporary position. He converted money into income-producing assets like real estate, creating streams of income that worked whether he did or not. Assets generate value independently of your effort. That's how real, lasting wealth is built. Step 8. Learn to think long-term. Jeff Bezos ignored pressure for short-term profits and focused on long-term growth. For years, Amazon barely made money, but he kept reinvesting and building infrastructure. Most people think in weeks. The wealthy think in decades. Long-term thinking allows compound growth to work its magic. Step 9. Update your identity. Arnold Schwarzenegger reinvented himself multiple times. Bodybuilder, movie star, politician. Each transformation required new habits, new standards, and a new mindset. You can't build wealth with a small identity mindset. Ask yourself, who is the version of me that deserves the life I'm building? What decisions does that person make? Who do they surround themselves with? Money without identity leaks away. Step 10. Build your legacy. Ayrton Senna used his success to impact millions through education and social projects. True wealth isn't just about how much money you make while you're alive. It's about the impact that continues long after you're gone. You may start in survival mode, but you can end by building a legacy that lasts generations. The roadmap is right in front of you. All that's left is to walk it. Remember, the greatest asset you'll ever have is yourself. Invest in knowledge and skills. That's where freedom and security come from.